Hello, professional colleagues. Hi, viewers, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. In this episode on FinTalk, we will discuss about 206C1H TCS 0.1% on sale of goods, as well as 194O TDS on purchase of goods at 0.01%. As you all know that in this recent Finance Act 2025, this TCS on sale of goods stands withdrawn with effect from 1/4/25. TCS on 206, TCS under 206C1H stands withdrawn, though other TDS remain. But TDS under section 194O remains, it is not withdrawn. And you know, in earlier year when both TCS as well as TDS came into force, we had a lot of confusion and chaos around trade and commerce. If TDS is applied by TDS is affected by buyer, then TCS not required. You know that this sale and purchase or TCS and TDS both are different sides of the same coin. If TDS is affected, tax deducted, then no TCS collection required on sale. But you know, sale takes place first. Sales invoice is generated first, and that time seller has to collect TCS at 0.1% on which value, including GST value or excluding. So that's clear, because earlier CBDT has clarified that in the case of rental payments on service tax and all that, made it clear that if any indirect tax is collected separately in the invoice, then there is no requirement of any TDS on such indirect tax. So TCS also not applicable on GST element. So before GST we can collect TCS. So when sales invoice is raised by the seller, he will definitely collect TCS. And when the goods reach the buyer has to or will issue for his own purpose goods received note, GR. At that time, he will deduct TDS also on accrual basis. You know that TCS, though raised by the seller in the sales invoice, TDS is payable by him only on cash basis, not on accrual basis. Whereas TDS under section 194O, or for that matter any other sections of TDS is to be effective, deducted on accrual basis and not on cash basis or payment basis. So the same transaction, TCS as well as TDS got affected, and seller may not be sure whether buyer will deduct TDS, but without knowing this, seller issues sales invoice collecting TCS. And when the payment part comes from the buyer will deduct TDS and they will not pay TCS. You will say that same transaction both will not be applicable. So you will pay net of TDS and net of TCS payment he will make to seller. So seller comes in a dilemma. He will the working capital crunch he will have. In such cases, if he pays TCS collected on payment basis, he may not get the credit from or amount from the buyer. So many chaos and confusion in the trade and commerce and even amongst the professionals at that time. Now, from 1st April 2025, the Finance Act, the new Finance Act, government realized this chaos and confusion. Government realized that this affected the goodwill of the trade and commerce badly because of various confusions amongst professionals too. So, from 1/4/25, this stands withdrawn. TCS on sale of goods 206C 1H stands withdrawn. Other subsections remain same. And TDS under section 194O that remains now. And you all know that there are basically two important conditions for 194O, 194Q. One is the buyer, the turnover of the buyer for the preceding financial year. If it crosses 10 crore, then only he need apply this TDS on purchase of goods. That's condition number one. And there is also another condition. If the first condition does not apply, then the buyer need not deduct tax on purchase of goods. But if it crosses 10 crore during the preceding financial year, then in the current year he may have to deduct TDS under 194Q. But there is also another second condition that if the transaction between the buyer and seller, same party, seller, exceeds 50 lakhs during the current year, then only the TDS application comes into force. TDS at 0.1%. Up to 50 lakhs, there is a threshold limit, or I could say there is an exemption limit. So when crosses 50 lakhs during the current year, then only for the remaining part, 0.1% TDS will apply under 194Q. That means, suppose a turnover, a purchase turnover is 60 lakhs from a seller, from a supplier. So 50 lakhs exemption on 10 lakhs, 0.1%. That's 1,000 rupees TDS under 194Q. So I think this is clear. Even though the first condition is met, suppose second condition is not met, then the buyer need not deduct TDS under section 194Q. So viewers, I think this is clear now. This is as per the request from our viewers that I included this matter, this TCS and TDS in this episode. Thank you, viewers. Please don't forward this message, this video, or this FinTalk to anyone casually. But I don't mind if you share this with the interested professionals or interested professional group. So, but of course, with a disclaimer as usual that this is only for education purpose, not for any other purpose. Thank you, viewers, for your overwhelming response for this FinTalk. Day by day, viewers are coming more and more. Viewers are watching this FinTalk. Thank you, everyone. We can have discussions or debates or
chat on this. You can drop in your text message or chat or voice in this FinTalk, about this FinTalk. And probably hereafter I may not share this link to each and every one of you. You can go through my YouTube channel, FinTalk by CA PAI, hereafter. I may not because of time constraints. It's better you watch through my channel, and of course you can like, or you can forward, or you can share, or you can subscribe, or whatever. That's up to you. So with this, thank you, viewers. If you have any queries on this, any doubt on this, we can clear it in future episodes. Thank you. Thanks a lot.